Hello again, and welcome back to the channel. Today I want to walk you through some of the new UI elements and other design features that have been added into the ShopBirdie shopper experience. First thing you'll notice is we have an all new redesigned hero section, which shows off some beautiful sort of catalogs and category menu items. So here you can see visually you can get both Thai and English, and some of these are somewhat placeholders because I don't yet have a ton of electronics and gadgets, for example, in my catalogs here, but we do have things like storage and organization, and we have things for laundry and fabric care. This I find to be somewhat of actually I would say pretty useful tool, because a lot of times when you're doing your laundry and you're shopping for some type of laundry detergent, you want to make sure that it's compatible with your washing machine. You want to make sure like this is something, is this like the fabric softener? Is this actually laundry detergent? Is it safe for denim, and so forth? So having this kind of shopping assistant is really useful for those kinds of shopping, browsing, kind of product research use cases. So here we can quickly and visually find other products that look somewhat similar to that, which is great, especially for brands that have multiple types of, within that same brand umbrella, they may have several different categories or specific types of products, different scenting, different for different customer segments. So this is really useful. I probably already shared that before. This is a new thing. So this will actually take in your user location and help you to get more relevant results. So right now it's just grabbing the weather and the local time. But later on we can apply this to help you get even more personalized, localized results. One of the use cases for this would be, for example, when I am doing a price comparison, there may be different places where I can buy that product. And what I may want to do is I might want to calculate what is my total cost if I were to, buy that and have it shipped to me, or if I want to find that product on a store shelf, or I want to find a store that sells it, and then I need to figure out what would be my total cost to actually go and pick that product up. And then, I can then do I can do sort of a total cost of purchase for that order, and that can help me determine what is the actual best deal for me based on where I'm at, based on how much time I have or don't have, my different shipping options, and other factors that I can factor into this, total offer deal. Right? So here we can also search the web for product prices. Again, it's not 100% perfect, but it is quite useful. It at least gives you a range of product prices to help you kind of zero in on what you think is an appropriate price based on what those products had been previously been selling for on other places around the world or around the World Wide Web. Okay, so that is pretty cool. We get a list of pricing. Let's try to find something else. I would like to see if I can use a deeper web search. So here we're integrating two different web results, web search agents. One of them uses OpenAI and the other one uses Gemini. The results are a little bit different from each provider. It could be a case where Gemini is obviously going to use the Google search engine and it has its own rankings. And it may be the case, I don't know this, but it may be the case that OpenAI is using the Bing search engine, part of the Microsoft family of products. So that's pretty cool. So now we can compare this product, the concentrated fabric softener and laundry detergent set, designed to provide deep cleaning and a long-lasting fresh scent. And I can see all the different price points, compare it, and decide, you know what, I want that product. I'm not going to click these links right now because sometimes those product pages get out of date. Sometimes the product appears to not exist, and so forth. But it's at least a great sort of point of reference to just sort of ground yourself in. So what is the approximate price range for this particular product? So that's really, really cool. All right, so that's this part. But what I'd say I'm most excited for is the product designer experience. Now, we went through this previously, but the difference now is that this is really well optimized for mobile product creation, to do it on the go. So you can use your phone, you can load the ShopBirdie app, and then you can, right from your phone, create product images. And the other cool thing is that we now have the ability to export the image and design the image in portrait mode. So that's great for vertical formats like on social media, for example, Instagram and so forth. You can also do the landscape mode, which is going to give you more of a 4x3 sort of, or even just a square image. So you can play around with that there. Let's try. I've got a prompt library here to get you started. I added this new one, a pair of boxing trainer mitts, smart technology for impact sensors and LED lights on the outer edge of the mitt. These are smart, futuristic boxing training equipment. I've always had this dream of having this, just this really cool kind of smart boxing equipment. And I'm gonna use the scene for sports motion blur. Now you'll see in this photo shoot scene template, if we toggle between the two aspect ratios, you can see how those positionings would be updated, whether we're going for our 4x3 aspect ratio or our portrait mode or landscape mode. So we're going to go with the portrait mode. We're going to use the sports motion blur preset. Again, this list of templates can grow, ever expanded. I mean, we can continually expand this. And I'm even going to add in the ability for you to rearrange or even place your own scene markers in the photo shoot scene to help you really guide the language model, the image generation model, into exactly where you want objects to be placed, and then what's the stacking order, how would you like it layered. We'll use this preset, which I find it to work pretty well. Sports motion blur. Actually, you know what? Let's do industrial urban. Let's say we want it to look like we're in a warehouse, for example. So now I will set that as my prompt, and let's attempt to render it. Once again, just to talk about this product. Nope, looks like we have a bit of an issue. Let's try it one more time. Let's see. Interesting. It's actually telling me that I'm failing their safety check. I don't see why. I was making these generations pretty consistently before. I don't see that there's anything in this that would be flagged for any reason, so we'll just try it again. I could probably introduce some more helpful kind of error messages just to help the user understand if there's a failure, what is the issue. And also, before I release this, I do want to integrate the login functionality so my YouTube subscribers can get access to this first. But this is a very cool, powerful tool. And with this scaffolding around it, you can really guide the model to produce super high quality outputs and make products that people just really would love. I think it also, there's the old saying that a picture is worth 1,000 words. It may even be worth more than that. It could be worth, because in that picture, you can send so much information. And I think it does such a great job of just visualizing what you have in your mind, and then that is a form of communication that I think is really powerful. So here we are. We've actually created the boxing mitts with this cool LED light sensor, and then there's an impact or light ring. There's an impact sensor, which I always thought would be so cool, because when you're doing boxing, it is probably one of the most like high calorie, you will burn the most calories in boxing on like a per minute basis than almost any other sport. It is absolutely exhausting sport, which is why it's so incredible and impressive that you have these really well conditioned athletes who can go the full 12 rounds. But I mean, it is an intense sport from that perspective, in terms of just raw output and just burning calories, it can really give you like a tremendous workout. But there's unlike other forms of exercise, like a treadmill, for example. There's very little to no technology and in terms of like tracking your progress. So I thought it'd be so cool if rather than give this tool directly to just the boxers, what if we started first with the trainers, the coaches, and then that would help the coaches who a lot of times do bookings and do like private sessions. How cool would it be if they had such an awesome product included in their whole coaching, like experience, right? If they had this product where customers would be like drawn to that particular coach, because like not only is it training awesome, but they get to work with this really cool equipment. They can track their progress. You can even do things like see how your power and speed changes over time. You could even do things where like you even turn it into kind of like a music game, like a rock band, or sort of like what is the dancing arcade game where like you have to like step on the steps at the right time to stay with the beat. I thought that'd be so cool. And then professional trainers could even like upload and share their unique routines and combinations. So if you were gonna like, if you wanted to do like a workout like Floyd Mayweather or Manny Pacquiao or Saul Canelo Alvarez, their trainers, Freddie Roach, Floyd Mayweather Sr., Roger Mayweather, Eddie Reynoso, they could program those customized combinations and workouts into this, and then you could mirror your favorite boxers, and then like upload your scores or like even create your own cool combinations and sequences. So I always wanted this product to exist, and I think now with the latest technologies, it is actually feasible, and I think there's a ton of potential demand for this if people actually knew that it did indeed exist. So let's say I actually want to make this product. I like this. I want it. I want to be in the business of, the boxing business. What would it take for me to actually produce this, right? Because it's a product that has never existed before. And it's like combining some, most of the time off the shelf components. Like we have LED rings, we have impact sensors, we have, tracking sensors for like motion detection, that kind of thing. So, and then you could pair this with like a mobile app on your smartphone, which you're already using to like track the time for like your ring time, like your your round length. And then you could integrate all that into an app, and you could have a pair of smart boxing training mitts. I just think it'd be so cool. And in this case, the AI is suggesting that I might be able to build this product if I ordered 1,000 pairs at $38 a piece. Now again, this has never really been done before, so we'd have to work with the right supplier and so forth. But from a conceptual standpoint, to me that sounds palatable. Like I think I could sell this product for possibly 10 times that amount. And I think it could be justified first because it seems like it'd be an awesome product, and also because I think it would really help the business of those boxing coaches, those trainers. They had this cool equipment, this great technology, and an awesome experience for the athletes, then and the students and the learners. Then I think they would be able to gain more business, right? People would want to like book training slots with them and so forth. So if I could sell this for around $300 to $400, let's say plus shipping, and it costs me like, let's say, a tenth of that to manufacture at scale, there's enough margin, I think, for everyone, the buyers, the sellers, the manufacturers, and the end consumer. So let's go ahead and submit this purchase order form. I now have it here built for me, and all I need to do is now just create that product, have it shipped to me. We'll probably have to do some testing and verifying, like making sure that it meets certain standards and, it's not going to overheat. it has enough battery life. Obviously, because it has impact shock sensors in it already, it's supposed to be designed in a rugged and durable way. But assuming all of this is all good to go, then I think that's a business in a box, basically. I just think that that'd just be so, so cool. So this is just an example of kind of like the end-to-end experience of going from a product idea or a prompt to speccing it out and then ultimately building that product. Here's another version of what that could look like. Great thing about AI image generation is you can just create more and more variations and generations. And because it has that probabilistic system to it, and it has some elements of creativity, then you can try different versions and then pick the ones you like, or you like this feature about this version, and you like some other element about the other version, and you can just say like and then you can refine your prompt, and then you can say I really like the outer rim. I like having the LED displayed on the mitt itself. Is that possible? Like you can get into like some really cool details, but I think this is just such a cool tool, cool product, cool idea. Everything about it is just so awesome. But that's it, just a quick one for you guys. I was really excited to share this, but it just has been taking me so long because I have to do some refactoring and lots of bug fixing, and I'm always like trying to make like super high quality stuff, so I don't like to have any bugs in my code. I like to make sure it works across all platforms. I like to make sure it works for different user languages and so forth. So there's just a bunch of chores that I had to do in terms of getting it to this point, and there's still more work to do. But at some point you accumulate so much of a backlog of to-do items that it's like, it's time to just like knock some of those off and just grit through it and just do that messy work of cleaning up the code, and inevitably you'll have to break a few things for you to find out like what the breaking points are and like what are the like issues there and how to actually fix it. But I'm glad to say that a lot of the things that were annoying me, like, the text is getting cut off in the search form, or like there was like a duplicate search icon and it didn't really communicate to the user very well. And then like, the performance of the search results was lagging because we were like we were calling multiple times unnecessarily, and so it was having to wait for all 3 of the API calls, and it turned out that there was a form there that was also sending an API call on page load plus when the user did it, and then it kept remounting the components and refreshing and just a bunch of technical details. But the cool thing about it is that this is starting to get to a point where it can really start to roll out, and users can discover their favorite products and make the whole shopping experience fun and exciting. And the whole idea of discoveries is like part of the fun of searching the World Wide Web, and finding your next favorite product. And now with all these tools integrated, we can use AI to help us also make sure that we are getting the right price, the best price for us, that we factor in all of the different considerations into that total purchase. Like again, like what would be the shipping time for it to be, like maybe the list price doesn't include shipping, but maybe I can also go click and collect. I can go to the store and pick it up myself, but then I have to factor in like, okay, if I have to take a taxi there, do I have to take a subway there? That's also another cost. So I think AI ideally as the ultimate shopping assistant, like ShopBirdie should be able to help you figure all of that out. And then with like the local services and the user account system, then that could help take that into consideration. You can say like, yeah, I prefer to shop at the store, or just tell me like my options if I wanted to have it delivered, but it doesn't have to be like within today, but like how long would I have to wait, and then like what are the different price points for shipping and depending on the fulfillment time and that kind of thing. So That's all going to be included into the whole ShopBirdie experience. But this is just so cool, and hopefully soon we'll be able to start talking more about where this ultimately goes. But I'm very excited about the progress, and yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. So apologies again that the tool is not yet available for people to use without me integrating the login system. But it will be coming. I'm pretty sure I should be able to get that done. I've cleaned up some of the code. I should be able to integrate user login system. And again, I want to strongly recommend that if you want to try this product, I mean, this is like a superpower. Like, there's a lot of cool things you can do. You can save money, you can find awesome products, you can create your own products, you can create images of just about anything, and you'll have, like, you know, tons of different features also coming in the roadmap for this. But to get early access, to get priority access to this, right, you have to be subscribed to my YouTube channel, right? You're going to be able to log in, and when you log in, it will check if you are a subscriber on the YouTube channel, and those subscribers are going to get premium access. They're going to get upgraded to the full privilege level, and that's going to give you tons of cool tools to play with and have fun with, and in the process, maybe you'll create a cool product. Maybe you'll find some new product that finds its way into your life or into your home, which I just think is, and hopefully you'll have a great experience with ShopBirdie, and you'll decide you want to do, you know, most, if not all of your shopping with ShopBirdie by your side. So it is my absolute privilege to be able to share this with you guys today. And I look forward to sharing more with you in the very near future. Thanks a lot. Have a great one. Bye.